I've set out 3 pumpkins for you to choose from, and each one is paired with a Rune Heart and a message from the Rune Oracle cards. Each pile carries a different energy, so take a deep breath and relax your shoulders and allow your intuition to guide you through the one that feels right for you. You can go by the pumpkin that catches your eye, maybe the Rune symbol or the Rune charm that pulls your energy, or even the number that feels aligned in your heart. But trust your inner knowing, and it always knows where your message is. So we have pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. The timestamps will be in the description below, so you can jump straight to your pile. And remember, this is a general reading. Take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Spirit brings forward what you're meant to hear today for your highest good. All right, my angels, so let's begin the journey and see where your connection is truly headed.
Welcome. If you chose group number 1, then this is your reading. You were drawn to the room Hagalaz, and Hagalaz speaks of transformation and freedom. It often appears when Spirit is saying something in your connection is trying to shift, especially if things have started to feel chaotic or out of balance. You're being guided to release certain material attachments or control issues and look more deeply into your inner world. For some, it could have been a time apart from your partner, or maybe it was part of some type of growth process. There was some unexpected turn in your relationship, or even an ending. But what Spirit is showing that you are both going through some type of cycle of self-development and emotional transformation. And this unexpected turn pushed you to evaluate what it is you truly wanted in love. The Lenormand card you received was a bear, and the bear symbolizes, and this caused a lot of tension between you and your partner. It also shows that you and your partner had many, and still share many, dreams and visions for the future. But your spirit guides and angels are saying that fulfillment comes when both people share equal effort and equal goals and are emotionally invested in the relationship. So balance is what assures happiness in your connection. The oracle cards pulled are friendship, destiny, and true love. Your oracle card messages show or reveal that the connection started with a friendship. Maybe you and your partner might have met through mutual friends, or maybe you met at a social event or some type of social setting. But the friendship grew very naturally, and it evolved into a deeper and more romantic connection. And you felt a little bit more comfortable with this person, and you felt seen and understood by this person. So with the Destiny card, it's saying that the connection was destined. You were meant to meet this person. They came into your life to help you grow spiritually and emotionally. And whether they're here for a season or the long term, this meeting was no coincidence. But Spirit is reminding you that it's okay to expect the unexpected, because something beautiful can come out of this or unfold. So the True Love card confirms that this is a very genuine love connection. It's a connection that's built on genuine emotion, honesty, and compassion. And there's a natural ease and a strong soul bond between you and your partner. It's almost like you, because you are friends, you feel like very intimate and very close with your partner. There is a familiarity that makes you feel very safe with this person. Now let's pull some tarot cards and see what other messages we get about this connection. So you got the Queen of Cups, you got the Knight of Cups, and you got the Page of Pentacles. Strength card. So the Tarot brings us the Page of Pentacles, the Queen of Cups, the Strength, Hermit, and Knight of Cups. So the reading is showing that the Page of Pentacles was someone that was under 30 who was very practical and grounded. They planned ahead in this relationship or connection and took the commitment very seriously. They had plans for travel, weekends away, or maybe because this person is so young, they may have thought about having goals with the connection and with the person. So maybe they were pursuing their education, and maybe they had goals to do that with their partner, or maybe share maybe a business idea or something in the future. But the only thing about being in a connection with this particular person is that the romance was kind of dim. This person is more of an earth sign, so I'm seeing Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. So they could be very serious, maybe sometimes too serious, and it kind of dimmed romance in the relationship because all the practical matters took center stage in the relationship. Now, the Queen of Cups is someone who is very nurturing and very intuitive. She's more of a water sign, so I'm seeing Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. This person is she's very a deeply emotional female, or she has a deeply emotional feminine energy. She also desires a soulmate connection, but she wants the connection built on honesty and communication. But her intuition is very strong. Most Queen of Cups are very intuitive. They could even be more psychically inclined per se, but her intuition gives her the ability to sense when her partner is hurting or if they're distant from her. Now, the Strength card shows that there were some challenges in the relationship, but despite this, the relationship still had some resilience. You learn to manage any type of insecurities that you may have had. Maybe you built on your confidence and you approached love from a place of maturity. But with the Hermit card is showing that there was a period of time where there was some type of separation or withdrawal in the relationship. And both people involved needed some time to reflect on what they were needing in the relationship. It wasn't necessarily a permanent ending, but it was more like a spiritual timeout to heal and kind of look deep within yourself or do some type of introspection or self-discovery. With the Four of Pentacles, it also shows that someone may have been holding tightly to something. Maybe it has to do with control or maybe a fear of loss. There also could have been an imbalance around money and time or just emotionally giving and receiving. But Spirit warns against being possessive. True love allows for freedom and also for control. Now, the Knight of Cups entered into this particular partnership, and this person was a little bit older than the Page of Pentacles, but they had a very charming and romantic presence, and they could have been a third person that influenced the relationship or maybe caused the separation, because this person did bring a lot of passion, and excitement, but they weren't really mature enough to handle or sustain a relationship in the long term. With Knights, they're quick moving, so they don't necessarily stay in relationships too long unless they fully matured. But with this being a Knight, they still have a lot of maturing and growing to do. So for some, there may have been two energies, and with the Queen of Cups, she had two energies to choose from, and maybe two suitors, and each suitor came with different, issues per se, because one was stable and grounded. The other was romantic, but he was not very consistent. So let's pull some oracle cards and see what other messages we get. So the female in the relationship had some issues about feeling stuck. This is an extra card they pulled out. Extra. So in the feminine energy, there was some sense of emotional confusion with her being a Queen of Cups. Her fear was rejection, and she was also trying to understand her partner's feelings. But there were some misread signals. She was feeling stuck and waiting for someone to change, and she avoided any type of deep emotional confrontation. So this emotional instability kind of affected her ability to bond with anyone. It made her feel like she was like a martyr. And someone in the outside of the relationship gave her some type of attention. So she was feeling like her feelings were reciprocated in this connection. And she made some advances toward them. And she also felt like they would not reject her. So that was the attention that she received from someone new, the Knight of Cups. And that's what created the confusion in the relationship. So the third party influence was present. And I feel like this is connected to that Knight of Cups energy that was romantic but was not consistent in the connection. So the Page of Pentacles, the young person, so he felt pushed away in the connection. So the male in the connection, they were struggling with finding clarity. They were emotionally conflicted and they lacked clarity. They were testing the relationship, or maybe they were holding back their connection, and there was some type of push-pull energy that kept pulling them towards some type of closeness or intimacy. So now they are feeling more vulnerable in this connection. So even though he may have wondered if the person had felt like they were disinterested and he had to make forth the effort, he started to see like sparks. So he felt like this connection was worth pursuing, and he felt magnetically drawn to this person, and they had a powerful connection between them that was something that he could not pull away from. So I definitely feel like the Knight of Cups, the person that had the most influence and interference in the relationship in the present. So that energy was part of the energy that needed to be left out of the connection altogether. So let's pull some advice cards and see what advice we get about this connection. So the connection definitely needs some healing. It definitely also needs quality time. And you can manifest your soulmate by visualizing what it is you wanted. And it almost appeared like you had some type of instant or mutual attraction with this person, was psychically drawn. So the connection definitely needed to be healed. There were some old emotional patterns that needed to be released so that both of you can grow. And you also needed quality time and honest communication. This is the key for you to build a trust. And it seems like you manifested this person. So what your spirit is saying is that this was divinely protected. And your angels are watching over this connection because you prayed for this and it came into fruition. It also feels like you have this amazing chemistry with this person, and it almost like you know what the other person's going to say before they say it, like a psychic connection. But there is some building blocks that still need to be worked on. So this relationship is going to grow much stronger. Both of you are laying out honest and strong and a genuine foundation for this relationship. So they're watching over, your angels and spirit guides are watching over this connection, and they're also guiding you through these lessons. And let's pull some angel cards to see what other advice we get. So your angels are advising you to keep an open mind, get to know each other, and let your friends help you. So keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from what you usually expect. And that goes back to the Page of Pentacles, because he's not normally what people a person would normally expect, not someone who's so serious and grounded at a young age. So I can definitely see where they're going with that. And they're also saying, because this came from a friendship, allow your friends to support you. Sometimes an outside perspective can bring a little clarity into the relationship. And also, if you've had this break with this person, get to know that person again. Don't rush into anything or try to rekindle what was left off. Start up anew and be more open to share your truth. And the stronger your bond is going to grow because of this. So the journey is speaking in terms of self-growth, emotional healing, and rediscovering. So and basically you're just rediscovering what true love means to you. So I'm sending you so much light, so much love, and angel blessings. Welcome. If you chose Pink Pumpkin number 2, then this is your reading. You chose the Rune Manaz and the Oracle card Manaz. And right now I'm picking up a very calm and a very steady energy in your connection. It's like you're starting to find the rhythm or the direction in your connection. The Rune Manaz speaks of personal growth and balance. So it feels like one or both of you are learning to meet in the middle in your connection. You have more understanding for each other, and you're on a deeper level without losing who you are as an individual. In the in the Oracle card, it shows that you're approaching the next steps in this connection as a team. So I feel this connection is teaching you how to cooperate with each other, and not in a forced way, but in a way that builds more trust and harmony. The spirit is showing that the two people in connection are trying to make this work, and they're learning to support each other and each other's dreams, and they want to grow together side by side. The Lenormand card that was chose was the tree, and the tree shows that this connection runs very deep. It's deeply rooted, as you can see with the tree and the roots. It's something that's growing slowly but surely. It's like the roots are taking a part in this connection. So it's showing that there's a lot of growth beneath the surface in this connection, and it's definitely showing that there is a long-term potential for this connection to keep growing. This connection isn't fully based on just romance. It's also about feeling emotionally secure in the relationship and also feeling safe and stable with each other. Now, the Oracle cards pulled were a new love, a past love, and a twin flame connection. So the Oracle messages are showing that some may feel like this person is either like a soulmate or a twin flame because their energy feels very familiar. For a few of you, this may be someone from your past returning back. Maybe it's someone who learned a lot of lessons since you last spoke, but your spirit guides and angels aren't wanting you to rush into that because you knew this person before. This connection could be healing, or it's being given some type of second chance. But if this isn't someone from your past, then you need to get ready for a new love that's coming to you. It's a new person that could be coming in who feels like home right away. So their energy is very genuine, but also emotionally available and very steady. Now let's look at your tarot cards and see what messages we get about the connection. We got the King of Pentacles. Alright, so it looks like in this connection there were 3 people involved. There was 2 energies or signs, or the zodiac sign was earth signs. So we're looking at Cancer, Virgo, the earth signs. Sorry, I just got puzzled right quick. So the earth signs are Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. And then the water, there's a water sign involved, and this is a Scorpio, Pisces, and Cancer. I was thinking Cancer, but I wanted to be sure. Well, anyway, so it looks like it was 3 people involved in the connection. So I feel like the Queen of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups were together, the King of Cups, rather, were together at one time. It looks like with the 7 of Pentacles that there was some time invested in the connection. The King of Cups was someone who had a very big heart, but he didn't show it right away. He was definitely a person that feels deeply, but they kept their emotions close to their chest. And they wanted stability and honesty in love. And they were trying to learn how to express this in a very mature but genuine way. The Queen of Pentacles, she was someone that was very grounded, very practical. She's the type of person, she values a relationship. She's not the type of person that likes to, go from person to person. And the King of Pentacles is the same way. But the only issue in the relationship is she may have a hard time expressing her emotions because she's very stuck in the practical and logical parts of a relationship, but not so much as far as the emotional part. So I think this is where her and the King of Cups may have clashed. So they were trying to let things unfold very naturally, and it was coming together, but it was happening kind of slow. So with the Temperance card, they were trying to create some balance and harmony and emotional healing in the relationship, but there was some tension and some misunderstandings. And there needed to be some type of open communication or understanding for the relationship to grow. So what happened was, in the World card, it shows that they may have completed a cycle. And there were some new beginnings that started. And for some of you, especially with this Queen of Pentacles and the King of Cups, you may have had a relationship with this person and it may have came to the end of a cycle and you felt like you needed to start brand new with a new person in your life, or you had to change the way you did things differently at this time. So with the Chariot card, it shows that you and this person were trying to steer the relationship in the direction that you wanted to move in. But you and this person had different goals, but they were trying to move it in the same direction, but they weren't trying to give up so easily because they felt like there was a possibility that it could be saved. But it looks like the Queen of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles, they came together. This is more of a divine counterpart energy, real partnership. But it's 2 people together that want the same things. They value commitment, they value loyalty, and they value peace. So this pair represents a love that is real and very stable. They may have had a connection, or maybe they worked in the same field, or maybe in the same job, or so there was some type of shared interest that made these 2 people connect. So that's where this divine connection, this soul connection came into play. But Spirit wants to remind you, even though you are in a more grounded and stable connection now, it's important to keep things light. These two people need to laugh more and have fun and let the relationship become less about responsibilities or routines. So let's move to the divine feminine, or the female energy and the male energy, to see how this connection may have came to be. Okay, so we'll do the male first. Alright, so the male, or the masculine energy in the connection, went through some emotional battles. He may have gotten his ego bruised, and someone may have said a lot of things that were hurtful. He went through a lot of painful lessons, but they were lessons that he really needed to learn. He may have gotten pretty used up, it says. Maybe they were involved with someone that didn't reciprocate the same advances that they did, or it wasn't bringing them, whatever they were doing, it wasn't bringing them closer to love. It was making them feel very devalued. And so they went through a lot of emotional battles. They had heartbreak and they had some type of betrayal. But now they're healing and they're taking those lessons with them. Now they're wanting to take their time to get to know someone. And I really, before they're wondering if that person is the one, or if they need to just take things slow. So they're learning now to open up again and to be a little bit more vulnerable, but also being a little bit, cautious about opening up and getting mistreated too soon. They don't want to open up too soon in the relationship. They just want to take things slow and get to know the person before they get too wrapped up in their emotions. So let's look up the feminine energy and see what messages we get. So the feminine, or the female energy and the connection, she grew a lot too. She learned a lot about herself. And one of the things she learned is she learned to stop settling. It looks like she went through a lot of denial, and she had a lot of regrets and consequences, and she tried to avoid reality. Looks like she was in some type of relationship that was more like a friends with benefits type of situation. So it could be back to the King of Cups that was involved with the Queen of Pentacles. She may have felt like he was more of a friends with benefits and not really the one, but he offered some type of convenient friendship until something better came along, is what happened. And she was getting a lot of mixed messages from the person. Maybe she was receiving messages, looks like, and she went with the person's actions and not with their words. But she also didn't believe everything that they told her. So she hanged on to the situation because she felt like she was blocked from being in love. She was hanging on to a situation because she was feeling unloved, and it blocked her from creating anything new and better opportunities for herself, or to let other opportunities come to her. And she didn't really have a lot of support for the relationship. Her family and friends didn't support the relationship, or they may have given negative opinions about the relationship. And he was a very emotional person, so he might have became upset or frustrated, and he tried to fix the problem, but it only made the situation worse, and it was just best for them to just call it quits or back off for right now. So she has started to learn this lesson that she can't just settle for just anything. She needs to trust her intuition, and she needs to love herself more, because the feminine in the connection needs to know that she is in her own power, And that power, that pinnacle energy is more of an energy that is very grounded, that's very nurturing, but also very magnetic. So the two energies together, they are mirroring each other in as far as growth. So, and you may feel like this person is like your twin flame or a soulmate of some type. But if it is a new love that you just met and they feel familiar to you, know that this also carries a very deep and spiritual connection as well. So let's pull some advice cards and see what advice Spirit has. So this is definitely a soulmate connection. Queen of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles, they are soulmates. They are also divine counterparts, but there was a lot of conflicts in their relationships before they came together, or maybe if they came together after some split. Because I do see sorry, and then it's saying to take things slow. So the connection now is more of it's like a honeymoon period where you're in some type of romantic phase with this person. But they want you still to slow down, enjoy each other, and appreciate where you are right now. And stop worrying about what's coming next. This person definitely is a soulmate. So it's someone that you had some type of spiritual bond with. Also, there was a lot of conflicts that affected the current relationship. And there was some sudden and unexpected changes that came. But you needed this time to be alone and retreat from the outer world so you can find clarity in the situation. And this could have been someone from your past that you rekindle with that is now ready to reconcile and start fresh, start new. But they're encouraging you to really take this relationship slow. Don't rush the connection. Take your time to get to know the person, even if you're reconnecting with them again, and let the connection unfold how it's meant to be. But they don't want you to rush anything. So let's see. I'll pull an angel card. So your angels are saying, trust the process. It's safe for you to love again. It's safe for you to let your heart be open. And because this time you're going to be doing it from a more healed and a more grounded place. They're also encouraging you to, and I think it said it in the other cards, that you need to keep outside distractions. So I think it said I think it was either in the Affirmation, I think it was the Affirmation energy message where they said that maybe your family and friends didn't approve of the connection at first. So they're urging you to keep outside distractions to a minimum and focus on what's real between the two of you. They want you to let the connection just unfold as it's meant to be, just natural. And whether it lasts forever or it teaches you something that you haven't thought about before, you're going to feel a more deep emotional peace and understanding with this connection. So you're being guided and protected by your angels, and you're surrounded by love. So if this message resonated with you, let me know in the comments. I love hearing which pile you picked up and how it connected to you. And if you enjoyed this reading, don't forget to share and subscribe so you don't miss future readings. I'm sending you so much light, so much love, and angel blessings. Welcome. If you chose Pink Pumpkin number 3, then this is your message. You chose the Rune and Oracle card, Unews. And Unews means strength, endurance, and renewal after challenges. So in this connection, you have gone through something tough, but you're rising from it stronger than you did before. This connection has tested the both of you, but it's also helping you release old values or habits that no longer fit where your relationship is going. In the Oracle card, Unews, it speaks of the connection as a passionate and honestly a little fiery connection. It shows on the card that this is an unstoppable attraction, and that you and your partner have a powerful and strong connection that's even hard to control. It's a can't stay away kind of chemistry. But your spirit guides and angels are wanting you to remember that even though this is a very intense connection, it still needs some balance. Passion is beautiful, but it has to be grounded in understanding and also in trust. Moving on to your Lenormand card, the card that we pulled for this message is Anchor. And the Anchor card shows that the person in your connection sees you as someone that they can rely on. You bring a sense of stability in their life, and you are this calm in the storm, but it's associated with the anchor in water. There's a lot of loyalty and trust here, and this person values you because they see that you value consistency and they feel safe around you. Now, the only conflict or obstacle in the Lenormand card is that one or both of you in the anchor, because it's the anchor card, you may feel a bit tied down in the connection. You might feel a little bit of a codependent energy. It's not a toxic energy, but there are moments when you are with your partner, you might feel like you're giving up too much of your freedom or personal space, and that's okay. But your spirit guides and angels are nudging you to create a bit more balance and also independence in the relationship. The oracle cards that were pulled for this reading are obstacle, money, and gifts. So the oracle messages is confirming that there were some obstacles that you had to overcome in this connection, that the connection wasn't very easy. There may have been some delays, some timing issues, and even some misunderstandings. And for some, the connection might have started at the wrong time, or it was under some type of difficult circumstance that, difficult things that might have been happening that caused it not to happen at that time. But what your spirit guides and angels are saying is these challenges in your connection, they were placed there in your path for a reason. It was to help you step back and see the relationship from a higher perspective. The spirit guides and angels are also saying that you were meant to take a pause in your connection and let the universe take the lead to release control and allow divine timing to do its work. Right now, the money card shows that in your connection, your money and career energy between the both of you are very strong. You and your partner may be financially comfortable, or maybe you're both focused on building your successes together. Maybe some of you may even work with your partner, or you have some type of similar business goal or ambition. But either way, financial stability in this connection is more of a blessing right now, because you're not so burdened with any type of financial issues. And because of that, you are able to give more generously to your partner. You and your partner may like to show each other a lot of generosity through gifts like flowers or presents, or maybe just thoughtful gestures, or maybe just supporting one another. Maybe you're supporting one another in certain ways. Maybe you're helping them with something in the house, or running errands, or just maybe if they're sick, you're taking care of them. Because a true spiritual connection, it has nothing to do with just physical gifts. It's not just physical. It's more about learning lessons and blessings. And all this, it helps for your souls to grow in the relationship. Let's move into the tarot cards and see what other messages we get about this connection. We got the Queen of Wands, King of Wands, Two of Swords, the Death card. So you got the Queen of Wands and the King of Wands. So you and your partner make a perfect pair. The reading is showing that you and your person match each other's energy very much. You both have a lot of charisma, a lot of confidence, and a strong presence when people see you together. You light up the room also, and people are immediately recognize the chemistry that you and your partner share. It's almost like you are a power couple. That's the vibe that's being given. You have a very passionate, creative, and bold connection between the two of you. The only issue is by you being two fire signs, and I'm speaking of Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. These two fire signs can clash because both of you are trying to take the lead. And Spirit is saying that you have to stay open-minded and you have to keep exploring new ways to connect emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. The Two of Swords shows that there was some type of confusion or indecision in the past, that one or both of you were at the crossroads. Maybe you were in denial of something that was going on in the relationship, or one or both of you might have struggled to see things clearly or to make a choice about where the relationship was going. Maybe there was a third party that influenced the situation, or maybe you simply had doubt of whether to continue in this connection or to walk away. I'm also hearing that the conflict came from some type of uneven balance where one person was giving more while the other person was taking more. So that's what caused the imbalance in the relationship. So your Spirit is encouraging both of you to be equal in the relationship. Have a healthy give and take balance in your relationship where love and any effort that you put in the relationship flows both ways. With the Death card, it shows that the Death card normally represents an end and a beginning. So the Death card shows that there was some type of change or transformation that happened in the relationship. You both have gone through a huge change, and maybe there was an ending that led to some type of renewal in the relationship. But you're being guided to release old patterns and open up to a new chapter. It's a chance for you to start fresh and have a little bit more honesty, but also individuality and freedom in the relationship. And that's emphasized in this Nine of Pentacles. Spirit is also emphasizing independence. So they're saying independence is very important to have a strong partnership. You still need to be your own person in the relationship. You and your partner might have some different interests or different social circles that you are involved in. And all that is okay, because true love sees each person as their own individual person. And true love respects these differences, and it keeps your connection very healthy and very much alive. With the Six of Wands, it's showing that you're moving into a positive phase in your relationship where you're proud of how far you have come. You're also celebrating the growth and recognizing what you have overcome together, and you are now supporting each other in their success. The Ace of Swords also shows, with it being an ace, and the sword is about communication, so it's showing truth and clarity and communication in the connection. Now a fog has been lifted, and you're now seeing things for what they are, and you're choosing honesty with each other and with yourself. It's also that you're setting clear boundaries, and you're also expressing your needs and honoring your emotional well-being. Spirit is saying that the relationship is evolving. You're becoming more mature, you're more balanced, and you're also The relationship is also requiring one or both of you to be accountable for your actions and to take responsibility for your part in growing the relationship. Now let's explore the male and female energies in the relationship and see how that has influenced what is going on in the connection now. Okay. So the female or the feminine energy in the relationship had her share of fears. She had a fear of abandonment, a fear of being deceived, and a fear of being vulnerable. But now she's healing. And also children played a part in this relationship, and it was important to consider their needs and how they were being affected in the relationship as well. So now she's in this healing phase where she's starting to learn to trust again, because her gut was telling her a lot of things, so she didn't want to be so trusting. But she's willing now to open her heart without losing some part of herself. And that goes back to the Nine of Pentacles, where it speaks of independence and not losing sight of your own self in the relationship. And she also is needing to stop self-sabotaging when things start to feel too real. She pulls away, and now she's learning that is not healthy, because she's just thinking of the impossible or thinking negative about the connection. So let's go to the male energy and see what messages we get. Balance, passionate feelings, nature, apologetic, and not hiding their feelings. Okay. So the male in the relationship had struggled a lot with expressing their emotions. They may have had a past heartbreak or even issues with trust. So at some point, they may have pulled away, or they had to face the consequences of a betrayal. And that's evident in the bounce card, because it's saying that your love interests may have bounced back and forth to casual lovers, or between you and someone that you can't forgive. So they had to face the consequences of that. So either theirs or someone else's. So maybe they could have been the one cheated, or someone, or got cheated on. But now they're coming back much softer and wiser. And that shows in the ready to try again card. They're ready to try again. They're ready to rebuild the relationship that they lost. And they want to make things right. So they're very apologetic. And they're learning how to be more emotionally open. And that shows in the express yourself. They're not wanting to hide their feelings anymore. They want to say something. So they're ready for this connection to evolve into something more deeper. So the two energies together are now coming together. And they're coming back into a more balanced and a more even relationship. They have a potential for a fresh start and a new beginning that's more emotionally mature and aligned with who they are both now. So let's pull some advice cards and see what advice and messages from Spirit we get about this connection. So this is definitely someone from your past, because it's showing that there was some type of reunion. There were also some past letdowns with love, and you needed this a long time. And there's the children card, so it's showing that children played a part in this connection. So children played a strong role in the connection, because they brought a lot of the life into the relationship. It's almost like they awakened the connection, and they brought a lot of light and playfulness in the connection. There was also a past life connection, because you knew this person once before, and when you first met them, they felt very familiar to you. It was like your souls knew each other before, and the relationship felt destined. Even if there were some challenges in the relationship, you still felt like this was your person, and you were meant to cross paths to help each other grow, to heal, and evolve into a stronger connection. You also had some past letdowns with love, and that goes back into the feminine energy where she felt like she had fears of abandonment or being hurt or betrayed, and just self-sabotaging. So they're saying in this card that those experiences hindered you from letting you look at new love coming into your life. So she had to let that go and heal from that. And she needed that alone time to get that clarity, that truth to come to her. There were also some influencing factors with money and career that played a part in this connection. But it looks like you and your person may have reconnected online, maybe through some type of social media or maybe text, some type of message, electronic communication restarted the connection to where it is now. So the answer to the question is, where is your connection headed? So it's headed toward some type of renewal. There's a new phase where both of you can show up and be your true self. And you can be your true self with honesty, with independence, and with a deep emotional understanding. It's like you're stepping into a stage of clarity, and you're going to have an equal partnership, and you're going to have a lot of respect for each other. So you already overcame the hardest parts, and now you're trusting that what you've learned, and you're allowing love to grow in a more balanced and peaceful way. So you're being guided towards emotional stability and also a deep soul mate connection. So if this message resonated with you, let me know down in the comments. I'd love to hear which pile you picked and what part connected the most. If you enjoyed this reading, don't forget to share and subscribe to the channel for more readings like this. So I'm sending you so much light, so much love, and angel blessings. Until next time, take care of your heart, trust the journey, and I'll see you in the next reading.